What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button, and if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the politics and BS. Listen, guys, I know that the internet has been staying on 45/47's neck when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein, and they need to stay on his neck when it comes to that. But listen, I want to bring this to your attention because most of us who have sense know that this man is so unintelligent. He bankrupted casinos. How in the world can you bankrupt casinos when the house always wins? So for people to say that he's smart in business, they never really knew what they were talking about when they said that. They gave him credit that he did not deserve. They have propped this man up so much to the point that they have allowed him to become the president of the United States, not just once, but twice. And this really is insanity. I want to share this with you guys because allegedly Donald Trump can't even read. Now, I'm one of those people that sees him for who he is. When he calls other people things, he's really talking about himself. He is the king of deflection. So if he calls someone a creep, it's because he's a creep. He calls people what he is. When he calls people, low IQ, it's really because he's low IQ. So something that he had accused Kamala Harris of, which when they were running for this last term, and in my personal opinion, they gave it to him because he didn't deserve it, and I don't really believe he won. Anyway, he was accusing Kamala of having the words that she was speaking at a debate fed to her through a listening device. And we know Donald Trump to be somebody who loves to talk a lot. And a lot of the times he says a whole lot of nothing, but because he's entertaining to some people, they let it fly. So when it comes to him, he can say a lot of things. It's just a lot of words, soup and salad. And a lot of it does not make sense. And people have tried to call him out about this. I've listened to many people who do commentary that have pointed these things out specifically. But a lot of times they don't play this stuff in mainstream media. And mainstream media has been accused of, and they are guilty of, in my personal opinion, sane washing Donald Trump. They will make him look smarter than what he is. They'll make him look sane when he really is insane. So with that being said, when he reads a teleprompter, I believe he is having someone read it to him and he's speaking what he's listening to. I don't believe the man is that intelligent, and I could really believe that he does not really know how to read. But I'm going to share this video with you guys because I listened to this commentary and I said, you know what? I can definitely see this being true. Now, this is coming by way of Dr. Richie Indisputable YouTube channel. So I'm going to play some of this video with you guys just to share it with you. And let's just go ahead and get into this.
Is unable to read. Put it up. Here we go. According to a resurfaced interview, it is possible that Trump is actually, well, not literate. Here it is.
Who are your favorite authors?
Well, I have a number of favorite authors. I think Tom Wolfe is excellent.
Did you read Vanity of the Bonfires?
I did not.
It's a phenomenal book.
What book are you reading now?
Well, I'm
Bonfire of the Vanities.
I'm reading my own book again because I think it's so fantastic, Tom.
What's the best book you've read beside Art of the Deal?
I really like Tom Wolfe's last book, and I think he's a great author. He's done a beautiful job.
Which book?
His current book. His current book. It's just out.
Bonfire of the Vanities.
Yes, and
why could he even say the name of the book? The person interviewing him, which is Pat Buchanan, by the way, if you're not familiar with who he is, he actually ran for president maybe a couple of times. He was a crazy lunatic also, but anyway, crazy right-wing lunatic. But he was the one that said the title of the book. Donald Trump says Tom Wolfe, his last book. He couldn't even say the title of the book.
the man has done a very, very good job, and I really can't hear with his earphone, by the way.
What happened with the Trump story?
Okay, so he's like, he doesn't really know how to read.
For real. Yeah. And he loves to improv.
Yeah.
So during like the table read, he like, before like we were going to before he had to read each line, and he's the host, so he's at everything.
Yeah.
He would go, I'm not going to say this. I think I'm going to say it the way I want to say it. Is it okay? Is that okay, Lauren? Is it everything? And everybody's like, what?
Mm.
And then this is my favorite part is there was a sketch that we wrote where he's at Disneyland with his daughter, and the line is, all right, let's get out of here. Turkey legs? Like, let's like go get turkey legs. And he doesn't know how to read. So he went, all right, let's get out of here, turkey legs.
So he called his daughter turkey legs.
He called his daughter turkey legs.
Present
Yes.
letter from a king.
Thank you very much. Am I supposed to read it right now? I will do.
I've got to tell him what your reaction is. So I need to know.
He's a great gentleman. A great gentleman.
He just, like I said, he just says a bunch of nothing. And this big, beautiful bill, he loves the word beautiful because he's one of the ugliest people that has ever existed. But anyway, he just says a lot of things, and sometimes things that are flattering to get people's minds off of what actually is existing at that moment in time. And what it is his illiteracy.
Oh, that's well. Well, that is really nice. I must make sure his signature's on that. Otherwise, it's not quite as meaningful. It is, and that's quite a signature, isn't it? Beautiful. He's a beautiful man, a wonderful man, and we appreciate. I've known him, gotten to know him very well, actually. First term and now second term. Perhaps you'd like to say what that very important paragraph.
Yeah, so
Why couldn't you read it? He told your dumbass. Sorry. Why didn't he read it? He's giving it back to him to read. He checked the page to make sure it's signed because he knows what a signature is. Ciao.
this is a letter from His Majesty the King.
Perhaps you'd like to read it for us. I'm sure the expectation was Trump would read it himself. Why hand somebody a letter to read in front of cameras at a press conference? If it wasn't for the fact you wanted them to read it out loud, Trump reads it silently to himself with his inside voice. When has Trump ever used his inside voice when it comes to a compliment about him? Put it up full mass. Adult literacy is real. The reality of Trump possibly making it through institutions without being literate. That doesn't mean you can't read. Obviously, it means you don't read well or you're not as fluent in it. There's some real reasons for somebody who's unable to read fluently. Typically, poverty, lack of access. Not that they don't want to, but because they didn't have the opportunity to. Trump cannot make that claim on any level. There's nothing embarrassing about it. But damn, if you have the access and access galore, this should not even be a question. So a resurfaced clip of Donald Trump has gone viral after exposed contradictions toward his literacy claims. In 1987, in an interview, Trump expressed that Tom Wolfe was one of his favorite authors. But when asked about the bonfire of the vanities, he claimed, I didn't read it. The clip featuring a younger Trump attempting to navigate questions and literature with host. Now you got to get this now. It was Pat Damn Buchanan. Okay. So Pat Buchanan, Tom Brady, has become viral, a viral sensation that's reigniting a long-standing question about the 47th president's relationship with the written word. The moment created laughter with Pat Buchanan, but now it has received some criticism online, with many people calling him out for lying on TV. So co-host asked what book was he reading in the moment? Trump said, quote, I'm reading my own book again because I think it's fantastic.
Donald Trump didn't even write The Art of the Deal, so I'm quite sure he did not read it. But anyway.
Fantastic. However, just months later, when asked about the best book he read besides his own, Art of the Deal, Trump enthusiastically praised Tom Wolfe's last book, saying, he did a beautiful job. Put him up again. Okay, let's go back to Trump 1 when he ran his campaign and he went and was the keynote over at a Christian institution, name reserved intentionally. And he told everybody to open up their books or to open up their Bibles, or he would be speaking from 2 Corinthians.
And I'm going to stop it right there with this video, guys, because yeah, if you remember that from the first time he ran, 2 Corinthians. We already know Donald Trump has never read the Bible, okay? And he's probably never even listened when anyone has read the Bible to him. But with that being said, I'm going to share this other clip, and this is more recent. This is the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, calling him out on his stupid math because this man is just not smart. The fact that the president of the United States is being, this person or is this person that is illiterate, a possible, well, definitely the best friend of a pedophile, if you know what I mean. And allegedly he was a pedophile, but we know he definitely has been convicted of being an assaulter sexually. And we also know that he said out of his own mouth that when you're famous, they, talking about women, let you do whatever you want to them. Grab them by the PUSSY. And there is nothing about this man that is repentant or redeemed. Anybody can have a past, but this dude who's 79 years old, who one of his good friends was a racist wrestler by the name of Hulk Hogan, who just died recently at the age of 71. Why are all these people that are younger than him dying? And let me stop. But anyway, let me go ahead and play this clip.
Yeah. So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1,
3.2.
Let me pause it for a moment to see. Look at this COON. I cannot stand Tim Scott. I cannot stand this man. He is a senator who was given that seat by Nikki Haley when she was the when she was the governor of the state of South Carolina, the state that I am from, born and raised. And when she got the opportunity to be an ambassador when he was president the first time, she gave him a seat. But anyway, he didn't deserve it. He still doesn't deserve it. He is just the worst of the worst. So when Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, said, I haven't heard that from anyone, Tim Scott decides to be the one to say it, to appease this lunatic right here. Yeah, 3.1, 3.2%. Anyway, let's continue.
This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added
our entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building is what that is. That's a third building.
Well,
including
no,
the
but
Martin building.
it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's not new.
So we're going to
I love when people check him in real time. And look at this still shot right here of him looking at, it's like this freaking fool. Looking at both of them, to be honest with you, looking at him and that COON coward, Tim Scott, just looking at them like, you bumbling fools. You really are, you don't know math. You're pretty much illiterate. And I love to see people checking him in real time because that's what people should do. They should have been doing it. If this had happened throughout his lifetime, a lot of us would never have even known about a Donald Trump. I'm so tired. It's been 10 years of having to hear about this clown. I didn't watch The Apprentice. I didn't care about it. I didn't care about him. But this man has become a freaking, oh my God. He has invaded our lives when we would have been fine to have never known anything about him. A lot of people in his own family don't want to have anything to do with him, guys. And the fact that we have to deal with this, just ridiculous. Kudos to Fed Chair Jerome Powell standing up in real time and checking him with facts. And somebody said, I don't know if he can come to the cookout, but somebody make Jerome a to-go plate. That's a trip. Oh my God. And this is perfect. Tim Scott over there tap dancing and talking about, I heard that too. If you don't sit your Uncle Ruckus down somewhere, and that is the truth. I cannot stand Tim Scott. I like Uncle Ruckus more than I like Tim Scott. Anyway, guys, yeah, so it's being alleged that Donald Trump is illiterate, and Jerome Powell checked him in real time to pretty much say, dude, you don't know math. I want to know what you guys think about this, so let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.